Jocelyn de Brakelond, or Jocelyn de Brakelond, was an English monk and the author of a chronicle narrating the fortunes of the monastery of Bury St. Edmund's Abbey between 1173 and 1202. He is only known through his own work. He was a native of Bury St. Edmund's. He served his novitiate under Samson of Tottington, who was at that time master of the novices, but afterwards sub-sacrist, and, from 1182, abbot of the house. Jocelyn took the habit of religion in 1173, during the time of Abbot Hugo, through whose improvidence and laxity the abbey had become impoverished and the monks had lost discipline. The fortunes of the abbey changed for the better with the election of Samson as Hugo's successor. Jocelyn, who became the abbot's chaplain within 4 months of the election, describes the administration of Samson at considerable length. He tells us that he was with Samson night and day for 6 years. The picture which he gives of his master, although colored by enthusiastic admiration, is singularly frank and intimate. It is all the more convincing since Jocelyn is no stylist. His Latin is familiar and easy, but the reverse of classical. He thinks and writes as one whose interests are wrapped up in his house, and the unique interest of his work lies in the minuteness with which it describes the policy of the monastic administrator who was in his own day considered as a model. He mentions a work which he wrote, before the Chronicler, on the miracles of Saint Robert of Bury, a boy found murdered in 1181 whose death during a period of rising anti-Semitism was blamed on the local Jews. J.G. Roquefort published an edition of Chronica Jocelini de Brakelond de Rebus Gestis Samsonis Abbatis Monasterii Sancti Edmundi, in 1840. A translation and notes are given in T. Tomlin's Monastic and Social Life in the 12th Century in the Chronicle of Jocelyn de Brakelond. Thomas Carlyle's book Past and Present, which contrasted medieval and modern culture, used Tomlin's edition of Jocelyn as its principal source, making a hero of Abbot Samson, one of the main figures in Jocelyn's narrative. See the editions of the Chronica Jocelini de Brakelond by Thomas Arnold, and prepared by. There is also a translation of Jocelyn by Sir I. Clarke. A far more recent translation with a substantial introduction is Jocelyn of Brakelond, Chronicle of the Abbey of Bury St. Edmund's, trans. Diana Greenway and Jane Sayers. In modern life, an upper school in the town, County Upper School, has one of its year halves named after Jocelyn, the other being called Edmund, after the martyred King St. Edmund, who was buried at the abbey.